Thanks to the support as a channel member, Russ Eddy. Oh, boys and girls, I cannot decide what I'm more excited about. The fact I've just spent £30 million in the January transfer window, or the fact that this training top has thumb holes. Look at, thumb holes. Hello, welcome to Club 3, Part 3 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have two games for you in the Bundesliga. We're away against Frankfurt and home against Wolfsburg. But before any of that, I need to show you what's gone on since last episode. I need to show you the players we've just signed. And I need to take my thumbs out of these thumb holes because, as ever, my arms are too long for things like this, and it feels like my thumbs are being slowly dislocated by my clothing. So, since you were last with me, we've ended up quite good in this 4-3-3. Obviously, you saw us beat Freiburg in the last episode with that 3-0. That was the best we played, but we did follow it up with two more wins over Bayer Leverkusen and Hoffenheim, and then a couple of draws against Hamburg and Stuttgart before losing to Augsburg in the final game before breaking for winter. That means the league table looks like this at exactly the halfway point of the season. 17 games gone. We've got 16 points on the board, which is very close to the Kev ratio, which we will definitely be working with this season. And arguably more importantly, we're out of the automatic relegation zone. Sat there in that relegation playoff position that the board would be happy for us to get this season, but we're only 1 point behind Hoffenheim, who are the team directly above us. Hamburg and Mönchengladbach not too far ahead of us either. There is definitely room for us to move up, especially now we've signed loads of new players. And don't worry, the first one I signed was a Brazilian wonderkid, because what else did you think it was going to be? Leonardo, 20-year-old, Brazilian under-20 international. He is a genuine Brazilian wonderkid, touted as the next Falcao. Falcao was a striker, wasn't he? Or are we talking about a different Falcao? Either way, he's... I'm now confused. Falcao, the one I'm thinking of wasn't even Brazilian, I don't think. So it probably is a different one. But he's a central midfielder. He's going to fit perfectly into that Mazzala role we've been using. 4-star current ability. He can also play as an attacking midfielder or out wide on that left-hand side. He's got 5-star potential. He's come straight in, not just as the best central midfielder we've got at the club. He's come straight in as the best player at the club. We've signed our new key player, and in true Kev style, he's a 20-year-old Brazilian wonderkid, because of course he is. He cost us £9.75 million off of a bra in Brazil. And you might be wondering how we've managed to spend all this money, because we didn't have a transfer budget. Worry not. We had all that wage budget. We converted that to transfer budget. And then a lot of these are on the never. We've done installment payments. My theory was, when the club is already £500 million in debt, what's an extra, like, 20 million on top of that? There you go. I've added 23 million of transfer debt. I feel like that's a drop in that ocean that no one's even going to notice. And if it keeps us in the Bundesliga, it's worth doing. And I think it will keep us in the Bundesliga. We've also signed a player on loan from Real Madrid. Felix Gonzalez is a 23-year-old Spanish former under-21 international. He's a striker who can play out wide on either wing. He's a 3.5-star ability player in all of those positions. He's available to sign in the summer. I don't know if we're going to be able to bring him in permanently. We're probably not going to be able to afford him. Live transfer negotiations going on. I think, like I say, this is probably fairly unlikely that we're able to bring him in. Although, actually, no, that wage is going to be the difference maker, I think. Yeah. So we're not going to be able to bring him in permanently, but he's here for 6 months, just offering some competition across the front three, which we definitely needed, to the point where I was comfortable loaning Fuyuki Nagashima out on loan. He's gone to Apoel in Cyprus. They've got an optional future fee on him as well, and I don't think he's ever going to be good enough to play for us. He's only 22, but he's not scored a goal yet this season. That's not my kind of striker. I think we can definitely do better than that. We were never going to do a transfer window without dipping our toes into Premier League waters, or actually I think Championship waters, for James Garner. He's a player I've had in Football Manager before. We had him in my Nottingham Forest save on stream last year. I think I've had him in some other saves as well. Never had him at this age. 27-year-old has now developed into a pretty decent deep-lying playmaker, which is where we're going to be using him at the base of that midfield three. in that position, he's better than anyone we've got at the club. It's a theme of all these transfers we brought in. All of these players are upgrades on players that we had previously. He was at Brentford, not really getting into Brentford's team in the Championship, which I don't know. I don't know if that says more about Brentford or more about the quality of the Bundesliga against English football 7 years in the future in Football Manager. We've also signed this guy, Kim Christian Hoyenhal. Now, despite the fact we've signed a Brazilian wonderkid, I actually think this will end up being signing of the window. He's a current Norwegian international, Norway's #1 goalkeeper at 22 years old. He's got 4-star current ability. He's 6'4". You know, I love a big goalkeeper. And he'll just come straight into our team, be our first choice goalkeeper until somebody inevitably takes him off us to go and play for a bigger and better club. But I think he's a cracking signing. He is better than any of the goalkeepers I was able to sign at Peterborough, which, I mean, it's frustrating to say the least. Because where was he in the summer? He was at Mulder, and I didn't notice him because our scouts didn't find him. There is a good scouting setup here at Schalke. And they're set up to find these young bargains. We went to the MLS for another young bargain, Alex Smoltz. It sounds German, so I think that's probably okay. A 21-year-old American, 1 under-20 cap for America. He's a natural wing-back, right wing-back, right full-back, 3.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential, better than any right-back we had at the club previously. He was at, as I say, Sporting Kansas in the MLS for years, and comes in to be our new starting right back. And then lastly, Jerome Bonneau is a 22-year-old French former under-21 international centre-back, another one who's 6'4". We like him big around here. He's our best centre-back. I mean, it goes without saying. He's just come in. He's our best centre-back. If you remember from the last episode, we needed to strengthen the goalkeeper and the defence and just bring in better players and younger players. I think in those last 3, that's exactly what we've done. In an ideal world, we probably bring in a left winger. We probably bring in another centre-back. We're not in an ideal world. We've spent all the money that we never had in the first place. We're slightly over the wage budget to the point where I am trying to move a couple of players out just to balance those books so the board don't get grumpy with me, moving on an old man and a reserve. And if we are then in a position to bring in one more player, I think that'd be quite nice. I think we're actually a little bit unbalanced in the squad now. We're a little light on attacking players. It would be nice to bring in one more player to fit into these sort of 3 positions for us. But otherwise, if this squad isn't good enough to be mid-table by the end of the season, then I don't understand Football Manager. And I'm pretty sure I understand Football Manager. I don't know what this business here is. Is there some kind of playoff at the end of the season? Surely the top 7 aren't all going into Europe in an 18-team league, surely. That's almost finished top half get into Europe. We're only 10 points behind 7th place. Should we get in Europe this year? I remember saying 5 years until the Champions League, 5 months until the Europa League. Easy. Let's maybe not get too far ahead of ourselves. But this is our new look team that we're sending out there to Frankfurt. Frankfurt are 6th in the league. They're one of those teams we're catching if we're going to try and get into Europe. Watch us get absolutely battered today. It's not going to happen. Dynamics, how are you doing? You're doing all right. Excellent. Glad we ran out of money when we did. So it's Hoyenhal in goal, a back 4, a new look back 4, Frankie and Bell, who were here previously with a combined age of about 80 years old. There's still work to do here, alongside new boys Bono and Schmaltz, and another new boy in Ghana at the base of the midfield. Kadira moves it forward to be the box-to-box midfielder. He'd been playing there previously, alongside our new superstar wonderkid Leonardo. Sieb's going to be on the left-hand side. Tamer Sayans on the right-hand side. Hollerbach continues up front. The youngster from Real Madrid, Felix Gonzalez, will start from the bench, but he is a good option to come on for any of those front 3. I think that is a much, much better team than the 11 we put out when I first arrived, 7, 8, 9 games ago. We're already having an immediate impact at the club. Now that impact needs to carry over into league performances because we are still sat in the relegation playoff position. We've just spent £30 million. I can no longer use the excuse I haven't been able to have an impact on the makeup of this squad. I've spent more money in that January transfer window than Schalke have spent in the entire length of the save to this point, probably. I haven't actually checked that number, but they've not been very spendy, which is weird because there has been transfer budget knocking around because they've had some big sales. But we now need to show that the players we've brought in are going to be the team that can drag us up the Bundesliga, and going 1-0 down after 8 minutes was not part of the plan. And it's going to take me a long time to get used to these three-letter abbreviations that German teams use. I can't remember who we're playing. Who are we playing? SGE. Who could that be? How is Frankfurt SGE? German people, please explain it to me down in the comments, because I don't understand and I'm never going to know who we're playing. Does not relate to that in any way. What on earth is SGE? At least I get the SO4 thing. I understand where that's come from. There's not even an F in there. What is going on? Right, can we not be rubbish, please? We've had one shot and we missed. An XG of 0.01 is the lowest XG you can possibly have while still scoring an XG. I've never seen us be that low on XG before. It'll have gone up a little bit now. Garner floating a free kick across, and that does make me think we went up to 0.02. Phenomenal. I think we probably need to adjust our set piece takers now we've got so many new players into the club. But we are going to go onto a more positive mentality. Let's just, for now, just reset these. Yeah, Garner taking the set pieces makes sense. And I'm surprised that I'm not seeing Leonardo's name come up a few more times. I haven't actually looked to see if he's got any kind. There you go. If he's got any ability at taking set pieces, but he's got lots of ability in other ways. He's a Brazilian wonderkid. We just want him on the ball at all times, really. That's the plan. I do wonder if now we've got all these new players in and we've got a lot more youth throughout the team, whether we might need to make a step back towards a higher tempo system that's going to suit these players a little bit more. We've still got a couple of old men knocking around who are going to find it hard to keep up with the pace of a gegenpress type thing. But I just don't like the fact that we've played a half of football trying to control possession, and all we've really done is restrict ourselves to not having any chances. It's not the way I like to play football. But I know when this system works well, it can lead to results. We've seen that happen already. It's just today. Although, I mean, we're not even keeping hold of the ball. We're trying to control possession and not even able to do that. So the thing we're trying to do isn't even really working. I think we're going to switch. I think we've got a gegenpress version of this. I thought we did. We don't. We have a control possession version of the other one. We need to be able to have 4 tactics loaded up. Right. I don't want to change from the shape because I think the shape works. But what we are going to do is put him up front. We're going to bring him on the left. He's going to be a winger. He's going to be an attacking Mazzala. Box to box there. Yeah, you two, I don't want ball playing fanciness. Just be defenders, and I don't want you on attack. But I want us on positive, and I'll just load up my corner routines as well that we have nicely saved in. And that might just generate a little bit more in the way of chances, because we can't go an hour and only have 3 shots. That is never going to be okay. And if we're trying to control possession and we're not able to do it, let's try and harry them a little bit, win the ball back, and at least try something different that might lead to a breakthrough. Right, good save there from Hoyenhal in goal. That's what we've spent all that money bringing him in for. And there he lumps it forward. Hollerback's still on the pitch at the moment, but now we've changed the system and we're going to demand more. It's not necessarily that I expect to not be losing. They are a better team than we are, but I expect us to have given it more of a go than we have so far. Right, Cyan on the right-hand side finds Sieb, who gives the ball away immediately up front. Have I got him playing as an advance forward? Let's fix that. Get him as an advance forward. I mean, he looked like he was playing as a pressing forward when he gave the ball away, which immediately looked wrong. See, there you go. The higher defensive line that we play with this system immediately causing problems, but possibly fewer problems with a better goalkeeper behind it. I'd like to think Hoyenhal, as a natural sweeper keeper as well, might be a little bit more effective than Ortega was previously. Right, Sieb has been rubbish. We're going to bring on the youngster Schultz, who's 16, turned 17 now. A Christmas baby. He's going to come on and have a little bit of a run around up front. And then we're going to take off Cyan as well and bring on Volzo, who was the guy who was playing attacking midfielder in the old 4-2-3-1 that we were playing. And he's probably feeling most hard done by that he's missing out, because that first win that we had, he was instrumental in, but there's not really a spot for him in this new look system. And with Garner and Leonardo coming in, it's kind of a commitment that we're going to be playing this system for a little while, at least this formation, because those two don't fit in so well at all into a 4-2-3-1. Right, Gonzalez to Bell. We haven't seen anything really out of Gonzalez so far. He has only been on the pitch about 10 minutes, so we'll let him off for that for now. Khedira and Garner looking quite tidy in midfield, keeping hold of the ball, and now Khedira spraying it out, looking for Frankie, the, I think, 34-year-old left-back, charging up on that left-hand side, doesn't get anywhere near it, and like I say, there's still going to be weak spots in this squad, and the left-hand side of our defence today is definitely one of them. And Frankfurt, I want to say, Frankfurt have got forward and have scored a second goal. Not our day today. We're still definitely a work in progress. We're going attacking now. I'm encouraging them a little bit more. I'd just like to see us have something in the way of an attack. We just seem to have been absolutely outclassed today, which is alarming because we've signed 6 new players who were supposed to massively upgrade the level of quality that we had, and I don't know that they have yet. I mean, it's their debuts. They've got to get used to the country, used to the style of play, used to their teammates. It will take time. I still maintain I think we'll be okay. I do think we'll be okay. We were poor today, though. I hope we're at home in the next game. Who are we playing in the next game? Come on. Who are we playing? We are playing, let's say, Wolfsburg, who are second in the league. Yikes. We've not won in 4. That's going to be a test. Oh, folks, as much as I'm loving life here in Germany, one thing I'm missing is my good old English TV. So when NordVPN offered to sponsor this video, I jumped at the opportunity because it's awesome. It's super easy to use, and it's a one-click connection in the app. So if I want to be able to watch English TV, I just click United Kingdom and it connects to the UK just like that. If I decide I want to be able to use US Netflix, I can just go over to the US and do one click anywhere in the US and it connects just like that. Even when I'm back here in Germany, I leave it on using Auto Connect for 0-click connection because it encrypts all my traffic, meaning that I no longer suffer from any kind of bandwidth throttling or anything from my service provider because they don't know what I'm doing. They don't know it's me. It's brilliant. So whether you're looking to stream content that's cheaper in another country or maybe not available where you are, buy a game that you can't get in the country that you're in, or you just want to protect your privacy, NordVPN is the answer for you. So what are you waiting for? Head to nordvpn.com/LOLLUJOVPN to get a 2-year plan plus an additional month plus a huge discount. And even though you're already getting it on a big discount, it's risk-free with NordVPN's 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you don't like it, you can just get your money back. But you will like it because it's great. nordvpn.com/LOLLUJOVPN. Now I just need to adjust my location back to the UK and get myself settled down with a nice little bit of German sausage. I'm going to have a lovely old evening. So those 2 players we were trying to get rid of have now gone. So let's balance the books. Sané's gone to Nuremberg for 1.2 million. Schmitz to Paderborn for 300,000. So we are now nicely back in the black. Probably not really in a position to bring in another player. Maybe a loan. We will keep an eye out before the next episode. It occurs to me as well, I've not actually shown you how Posh have been getting on since I left. So let's head back over to the Premier League. Peterborough now managed by Morgan Schneiderlin, previously manager of Sheffield Wednesday. They are rock bottom of the Premier League. Still just the 1 win to the name for the season, which is the one that I did. So thank you. Welcome, Peterborough. I mean, it looks like they're definitely going to be getting relegated back down whence they came. There's no new signings that have come in. Have they started selling the squad off yet? No, it is exactly the same squad that I left there because it was such a good squad, presumably, although I have noticed come up in the inbox, which is what made me think of Peterborough, and that Luke McCormick is leaving. I'm just trying to work out where he's going, if he's not already gone yet. There you go. Luke McCormick is under offer by Krasnodar. And assuming Posh are going to be playing in the Championship again next season, letting McCormick go is madness because he is a star man at that level. But who am I to still try and have an influence on Peterborough United? In fact, talking of players I'd quite like to sign, Fabio Guzman. He's up to 6. Was he 6'5" before? I thought he was 6'4". Been playing for Aberdeen all season in the Scottish Premiership. I think we need to be looking to bring him in. I don't know if we'll be able to afford him, but even if we bring him in on loan next year, I think it'd be a great. He would have been in my Peterborough team next year. He will be too good for the Championship next year. Does he have a relegation release clause? The one player who doesn't have a relegation release clause. Maybe we're not going to be able to go and raid the old club just yet. But this is the team we're putting out there for the Wolfsburg game. The defence has a much more youthful look about it now. Canestrelli is back. I mean, he's 28. He's not that youthful. But Bierlein is a little bit younger, 22 years old. He comes back in for us at left back. Other than that, it is the same team that you saw play in the previous game. The one tweak I've made to it is, I don't know how I'd managed to do it. I had the right winger as the attacker and the left winger, our best player, as the supporting player. So I've just swapped those two over in the hope of getting Sieb a little bit more involved in the attack. Although, to be fair, the entire attack wasn't really getting involved. Part of me thinks maybe have Hollaback on a support instruction and have both the wide players attacking with Leonardo attacking as well. Hollaback doesn't score a lot of goals anyway, so maybe have him dropping a little bit deeper, linking the play and letting all these creative attacking players run beyond him. We might switch to that mid-game. In fact, he's done exactly that there without being told to, and it looks good. So we're going to do it. We are going to drop him to a support mentality. We want him basically in here with these two. So we'll put him back to attack. These two running beyond and Leonardo running beyond and really just freeing up what is effectively our three best players in Sieb, Leonardo and Tamer Sayen. So Garner with the corner, looking to float it across that far post. Kadir is there. Leonardo picks up the scraps, but it looks like Leonardo was offside. So we're not able to take an early lead in this game. Remember, Wolfsburg, second in the Bundesliga. They are a very good side. If we get anything out of this game, it'll be a lovely little treat, but don't expect to get anything out of this game. It's the sort of game where, you know how I like to budget where my wins and losses are likely to come from. This is not the kind of game I would be expecting to get anything out of. I think we can lose this game and still stay in the Bundesliga quite comfortably, as long as we pick up the right points from other clubs throughout the rest of the running. It would obviously be a bonus to pick up points here, but it's not essential. The one worry we've got is it would make it 5 games without victory. 5 games without a win, which is a problem. Hollaback's done really well here. Plays it back to Bierlein. Sayan's there, getting forward. I mean, that's exactly how we wanted this to be working. Good hold-up play from Hollaback. We knock it back to the fullback, and the winger getting forward there on the attack. Very nearly getting us the breakthrough. Schmaltz with the cross now, and Leonardo is forward. Our Brazilian wonderkid with his first goal for the club. His first goal in Europe, no less. And it's Schalke 1, Wolfsburg 0. What a start to the game. We have looked good so far in this match. A massive improvement on where we were in the previous match. I don't know how much of that we credit to just getting Sieb involved a little bit more. He's not really been involved. Maybe the Hollaback change has made a big difference. Maybe just the fact we've not got any old men in the team now. Apart from Kadira. Kadira's 34, so we do have just the one old man still. But freshening up the defence, having Bierlein back in, getting up and down that left-hand side is making a big difference as well. I think we just look like a much better team today already than we did in that last game. Looking for the ball in behind, but we're now quick enough to get back and get there first. Schmaltz plays it forward to Kadira, and now Canestrelli back to Hoyenhal. I've got to learn some of these names still at the moment. Kadira playing it back again, and now Sayan knocking it back to Kadira, who seems involved in everything. Garner now forward to Sayan, who is getting well involved further forward, and now Sieb charging beyond everybody. It is the 3 we were looking for, are the 3 most attacking players at the moment. They all combine, and we grab another goal, although I think this one's being disallowed for offside. But once again, there were 4 players beyond Hollaback, who's supposedly our lone striker, but he's linking things up really nicely. This is the closest you'll ever see me get to strikerless. The goal's been disallowed. We expected it would be. But the link-up play is what I'm looking at. Leonardo, Sieb combining nicely there. Cross comes over to Cyan. And you know what? That is very tight. We could have, on another day, that gets given, and we're 2-0 up against the second best team in the Bundesliga. Do they really abbreviate Borussia Dortmund to Boris? I've never seen that before, and I've managed in Germany at various points in the past and never seen them abbreviated to Boris before. Maybe I've just not been paying attention. Free kick from Wolfsburg just before half-time, going ever so slightly over. And looking at how things stand at the moment, if it ends like this, and that's a big if, because this is still a very good side. We've got the Ted Lasso Believe in the background. How appropriate. But yeah, we're currently outside of, or we were, we'd moved above Hoffenheim, who I guess have just scored. But for a moment, we were outside of the relegation playoff positions as well. Nice to see us level on points with the 3 teams above us, although obviously our goal difference is a shocking mess. Although Mönchengladbach and Hamburg not doing much better. Both of them must be taking some recent heavy defeats, because we were way behind everyone else for goal difference for a little while after what Bayern did to us. Right, Sieb's picked up an injury. That's not ideal. Gonzalez is able to just come on and be a straight swap, which is not as bad as things could be. In fact, he prefers to be an inside forward. So let's make him an inside forward. I like the fact we've hit the 70th minute and we're not redlining everybody. What a difference playing a lower tempo system makes. And we'll take off Cyan and bring on Volzo again, because I don't want to start hampering his development. He'd been playing really well in the system where he actually fitted, so we need to force him into being either a right winger or a striker. Probably right wing is his future. And now Hollerbach is tired, so young Schultz can come on and play up front. And again, he wants to be a deep line forward. So let's. I mean, I don't think that's right. Yeah, it's not. Let's make him that on support, and again, do the exact same role. Just drop him back, drop him deep, letting those 3 players run beyond him and cause all kinds of trouble. It's difficult to mark as well. It's difficult to defend against. Schultz is now the one taking the free kick. He actually has a shot from miles out. I mean, that must be 35 yards out. He's had a shot from there, and it very nearly snuck under that crossbar. And we have done an excellent job of keeping Wolfsburg quiet in this second half. And now with 15 seconds to go, they might be about to make me vomit into my thumb holes. Oh my word. We have got away with that there at the end. I mean, it would have been heartbreaking to drop 2 points at that stage of the game. In fact, it's not even over yet. Can we have a whistle, please, referee? What on earth is going on here? Did we just play on until Wolfsburg score? Bundesliga corruption. What is... Oh, my goodness. But we do pick up the absolutely crucial victory. And now we're just hoping for 1 or 2 of those other results to have gone our way. They haven't. We haven't crept out of the playoff just yet. But we are sat there level on points with Hoffenheim, Mönchengladbach and Hamburg. We're not worried about Hanover and Paderborn now. They're gone. We're in a battle with these teams. A battle for mid-table, inexplicably. Excellent stuff. Right, we will. I mean, I kind of wanted to show you a Dortmund game because they're our local rivals, but it's so close and not really that important this year. Worry not. If you are a Schalke fan watching this, you'll see us play Dortmund soon enough. But I think what we actually need to do is hunt out the matches against these lot. So Stuttgart, Hoffenheim, Mönchengladbach, Hamburg. Where do we play? Hoffenheim, Hamburg, Stuttgart. 3 of the final 4 games of the season. We're going to be safe. We are absolutely going to be safe. I've already shown you Bayern. I didn't show you Bayern, actually. I had to sit through that on my own. Maybe we'll do Mainz and Paderborn as the next episode. Yeah, I think that works for me. We'll see. We'll figure Hanover. And see, Hanover below us. Let Future Kev worry about it. It's fine. Future Kev can worry about it. If you've enjoyed that, please... Hold on. 1 moment. Just got it. Don't mind me. Is this the one? It's the other one I use, isn't it? 1 moment. Like Jeff Hardy. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up. Look at that. A lovely thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much for watching.